Hey students, let's get to work. This is 8th grade math, unit 4, lesson 9, and here are your practice problems. Problem number 1. Read it right there on the screen. A cell phone plan A costs $70 per month and comes with a free $500 phone. Cell phone plan B costs $50 per month but does not come with a phone. If you buy the $500 phone and choose plan B, how many months is it until your cost is the same as plan A's? Okay, so let's write down the information we're given. I always like to start with given information in my notes. You have your pencil and paper too, right? You always have to write down your problems. Okay, given information. There's plan A and there's plan B for cell phones. Cell phone plan A costs $70 per month. Okay, let's write that down. $70 per month. And comes with a free $500 phone. So I'm just going to write free phone. That's good news. Woohoo! Cell phone plan B costs $50 per month. $50 per month, but does not come with a phone. You have to buy the $500 phone. How can I put that here? The phone costs $500. Got it. And the question, if you buy the $500 phone and choose plan B, how many months is it until your cost is the same as plan A's? Let's go ahead and just write down that question in our notes, but I'll summarize it. When does plan B cost the same as plan A? Okay, there's just a summary. But really, I mean at how many months? Okay, let me help you solve this problem. The first thing we need are some steps to follow. So step one. Step one is to write an equation for each situation. Go ahead and put that in your notes. Write an equation. Sometimes we call it an equation, sometimes we call it an expression, whatever. Write an equation to represent each situation. Let me just say for each situation. For each cell phone plan, that's even better. Okay, so for plan A, the cost of plan A, I'm going to call that C with a subscript A. It means the cost for plan A, and that equals just $70 per month. So let's call X months. Okay, X equals months. I better write that down somewhere. Here, X equals number of months. And for plan B, the cost of plan B cell phone is $500 right away. To buy your new phone, you have to pay for that. It's $500, but it's only $50 per month. So $50 times X. X is the number of months. Okay, so we did it. Write an equation for each cell phone plan. Okay, that's step one. Step two, go ahead and write this down in your notes so that you can do this on your own. Step two, set both equations equal to each other. The reason we're doing that is because we want to know when the cost of A equals the cost of B. I'm even going to put that in my notes. Set both equations equal to each other so that cost of Plan A equals the cost of Plan B. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So we're saying 70x is going to be equal to 500 plus 50x. And we want to know when that x will be. Remember, that's what we want to solve for, really. When does Plan B cost the same as Plan A? When x is the same and the cost is the same. So step 3 is to solve for x. I'm going to put that here on the side. Solve for x, which is the number of months. Okay, you guys are pretty good at solving equations by now, aren't you? Remember to get all of the x's on the same side and then isolate the x to find out what it's equal to. Let me show you. Okay, I have a 50x over here. So here is an x term and here is an x term. And I want to combine the x's onto one side. Sometimes I think of it as moving x over to the other side of the equation. But another way to think about it is just to cancel it from the right side of the equation. And by doing that, it automatically shows up on the other side. Here's why. I'm going to subtract 50x from the right side of the equation, and I have to do the same thing on the left side to keep this equation in balance. And when I do that, I get 70x minus 50x, which is 20x on the left side of the equation, is equal to 500 on the right side, because this 50x minus 50x cancels out. That's what I want. Okay, when x is then being multiplied by something, you can solve it by dividing. So I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 20. And then 20 divided by 20 is equal to 1. So on the left side of the equation, I just get x. And on the right-hand side of the equation, I get 500 divided by 20. Okay, well, if you're good at fractions, then you remember that you can get rid of these zeros just like that, and then you have 50 divided by 2, and that's a lot easier, isn't it? 50 divided by 2 is 25. So now we know x equals 25. This means that at 25 months of service, cell phone plan A is going to cost the same as cell phone plan B. So if you're planning on keeping that free phone for 25 months or more, you should have just paid for the phone. But most people don't really keep their phones past 2 years, do they? It might have been better just to take the free phone and pay $70 a month. Okay, when you do this problem for your assignment, I'm going to change these numbers, and you really have to do the math yourself to find out how many months in the problem that I'm posting for you. Ha! See you later.